Despite what you might think, entertaining during the holidays does not have to break the bank, and it certainly doesn't have to be fussy or especially fancy. In fact, some of my favorite holiday gatherings with friends and family are set around a meal that's really simple and also very comforting. So today I am making a creamy butternut and pesto lasagna for you. This is a recipe I adore because it saves two things that are kind of a luxury during the holidays: time and money. And this uses only 6 ingredients. I don't even have salt and pepper out, so this could not be simpler. And we're just gonna start with assembly. I cooked a full 1-pound box of oregano lasagna noodles, just as directed on the package. So I'm going to put down a little bit of the specially selected butternut squash pasta sauce. So just about a half a cup, just so we're not putting our noodles down in a dry pan. Okay, now we start to lay down our noodles. 3 lasagna noodles should fill up the bottom. Okay, now we come back with this and we're gonna use about half of what's left in the jar. Okay, now we need cheese. What would a lasagna be without cheese? So about 2/3 of a cup, and then you know the drill. We come back with noodles. And then I am ultra excited about the next ingredient. We are going on with jarred Alfredo sauce. It's so well seasoned, super delicious, and we're just gonna drizzle about half of the jar right onto the noodles. Since this has cheese in it already, we're just gonna come right on with noodles. And you can kind of give these a little press down. And then my next ingredient is another little secret that I love buying at Aldi. This is pesto sauce. So this is Priano pesto. And then we're gonna use about 2/3 of this pesto. And I buy store-bought pesto in other places, and sometimes they cheat with vegetable oil or spinach to turn it green. And what I love about my Aldi pesto is that the first 2 ingredients are olive oil and basil, just as they should be. And then Parmesan cheese. This is such a great thing to buy because it's super inexpensive at Aldi, already grated up. We don't even have to grate today. I don't have a knife out, I don't have a cheese grater, there's no chopping, no grating required. And then back to noodles. So we're basically going to lather, rinse, repeat. We're going back for more. And this is so satisfying. There's something about the richness of that Alfredo sauce that really just makes this super, super stick to your ribs. And then more noodles, it just keeps coming. So we're using 6 layers total of noodles. You'll use about 18 whole lasagna noodles, which is exactly 1 box. We are going to finish up with the rest of our butternut squash sauce. So this is where your tiny spatula might come in handy. Then now I've got to put on more cheese, of course. So just another handful. You could be very generous with the cheese and use up the whole bag if you wanted to, but I'll show a little bit of restraint. The end layer is going to be the last 3 noodles. And then the rest of that pesto sauce. So we just use about 2/3 of that little baby jar. And we just need to get a little bit of a gleam on top. Just a nice last thin layer of pesto, just to keep it nice and moist while it bakes in the oven. So this is what I love about lasagna, is that it will feed a crowd. Total cost per serving, once it's all said and done, is under $2. Okay, now we've got to finish with cheese, so a little bit more of that Parmesan will go on top of our pesto. Nice and generous, just to seal in everything. And then a little bit more of our mozzarella. This gorgeous beauty is ready to go into the oven, which is set at 375 degrees. And then you just want to bake this till it's brown and bubbly. It'll get really nice and golden brown and a little bit chewy on the edges, and those are always my favorite pieces. All right, guys, it smells like lasagna, it looks like lasagna. We've got serious bubbling action going on here, so you just wanna let this cool for a little bit and then we can slice right into it. I love to serve this creamy butternut pesto lasagna with a wintry salad, some crisp kale, dried cranberries, and Parmesan. And you've just fed your whole holiday gathering for under $2 per serving. It is a steal and it's so delicious. So for more holiday recipes like this one and a list of seasonal items, head over to aldi.us or like Aldi on Facebook.